Welcome to this brief overview of user aggregation in Snow Optimizer for SAP Software. User aggregation consolidates user information from multiple systems or data sources into an aggregation group. This ensures that users are counted correctly and only once for licensing purposes. Examples of user aggregation criteria include the user ID, first and last name, and email address. You can use user aggregation in almost every Snow Optimizer for SAP Software report or rule set execution where you need to identify individual users across multiple systems. User aggregation definitions are represented by aggregation schemes. Aggregation schemes can contain aggregation lists and aggregation rules. You'll find the user aggregation objects among the cross-functional objects in the user aggregation subfolder in the menu. In case detailed user ID lists are available, you can directly group user IDs from one or multiple data sources in aggregation lists. In aggregation lists, you can also normalize user data or merge an aggregation list with another aggregation list. Please note that aggregation lists are optional in an aggregation scheme. Aggregation rules define the user master data fields that an aggregation scheme checks. You can include multiple user master data fields in a rule. These fields are then checked using an AND operator. You can also specify whether the field validation should be case-sensitive. If required, you can replace field values using a regular expression or a user-defined method. As a starting point, you find predefined templates for the most common aggregation rules in Snow Optimizer for SAP Software. By using the definitions within lists and rules, aggregation schemes aggregate the user data in aggregation groups. When you select an aggregation scheme, the included rules and lists are executed in the order of listing. As a starting point, you find various predefined templates for the most common aggregation schemes in Snow Optimizer for SAP Software. You can select the created aggregation schemes in report selection screens or in the definition of rule sets, as shown here. Usually, you combine an aggregation scheme with a license type hierarchy. We recommend saving a default aggregation scheme and a default license type hierarchy as set-get parameters in the user master data. This ensures that these values are always pre-filled automatically. For more information on license type hierarchies, we recommend that you watch the license type hierarchies video. After applying an aggregation scheme, individual users from different systems are grouped into aggregation groups depending on the aggregation criteria, as you can see in this example of a report result aggregated by user ID. Please note that the numbers of the aggregation groups are not fixed. They can vary depending on the execution parameters or setup. For more information, refer to our product documentation.